Sent from Disneyland, history in our hand. So much to say about yesterday and the decades we have spanned. Postcards from the park, this journey will embark. See what has changed and what remains on Sent from Disneyland. Sent from Disneyland.
Welcome to the Sent from Disneyland podcast.
Here age relives fond memories of the past.
If it's your first time joining us, welcome. On this podcast, we'll take a journey into the past and explore Disneyland, Disneyland history, and more, with mementos, snapshots, souvenirs, and postcards sent from Disneyland, from 1955 to the present. Let's start by thanking my patrons from Patreon.com. You can join in at any level to support the show and receive snail mail from my trips to Disneyland and from my desk, plus some sneak peeks and bonus content. Special thanks to Random Olive, the first patron to this podcast, and to the rest of the e-ticket patrons, Tania, Eric Daniels, Monica Seitz Vega, Bill Dreffel, Scott Cagle, Russ Romano, Michael and Christina Cross, Angela Reynolds, and Sheila Harry. C-ticket patrons Serious Inquiries Only, Debbie Weinstein, Jennifer Schneep, Grace Coate, Patty Wolin, and Ben and Noel Bruning. B-ticket patron Joshua Bell, and to the A-ticket patrons Elise Sharp, Zealot Infinity, Alexis Robles, Angel DeBlock, Daps Magic, and the Beyond the Railroad podcast. I am your host, your post-host Clocky, and today we have 2 postcards sent from Disneyland. The front of our first postcard has a Jungle Cruise boat heading towards 2 charging hippos. Luckily, at the front of the boat, you can see a brave skipper shooting towards the hippos to scare them away. On the back it reads, Jungle Cruise. Adventure lurks at every bend in the winding rivers as guests enjoy an explorer's boat cruise, which carries them away from civilization and on an exciting trip down mysterious jungle rivers in Disneyland's Adventureland. It's postmarked August 23, 1969, with the Los Angeles Cancel and an 8-cent red Capitol Dome with airplane U.S. airmail postage stamp, Scott number C64. I assume they visited the park on Friday, August 22, 1969, when park hours were from 8 a.m. to 1 a.m. The weather was a high of 101 and a low of 61. It's addressed to Mrs. W.C. Conklin of Shawnee Mission, Kansas. It reads, Dear Mother, we were on this boat yesterday, but escaped the rhinos. We had a busy day and on the go the whole time. We've been in meetings all day and just got down to dinner now. It's been hot here. Love, Edna. I thought that it would be fun to look at the new ephemera that arrived for Disneyland's 70th anniversary celebration. There are various locations around the park that have activation touchpoints for the Magic Band Plus. The number of touchpoints vary per land, but all are similar circles with the 70th logo with a light-up circumference. Starting off on Main Street, USA, at the Main Street Cinema, Tilly and the box office offer a ticket which is distributed from the bottom half of the box office. The small slip of cardstock is 4 inches by 2 3/4 inches, and the design includes a general outline of a movie ticket. On one side, it has the Main Street Cinema marquee logo with Admit 1, 10 cents written underneath. Below is a decorative line, and it reads a new verse, a tribute to the Sherman Brothers, and the ticket number is 12051901. On the backside, it switches to horizontal and includes movie reels as details and reads, Celebrating 70 Magical Years of Disneyland, and printed underneath is Valued Magic Key Holder. On the very bottom, it reads Adventureland, Fantasyland, Tomorrowland, Frontierland. I mentioned the printing as I've seen other tickets with Our Special 70th Anniversary Guest printed instead of Valued Magic Key Holder. The reference to the Sherman Brothers is the new verse that's being added to It's a Small World, and there's a nod to Walt Disney's birthday with the ticket number being 12/05/1901 or December 5th, 1901. Moving over to Adventureland, the Magic Band Plus activation is located near the Jungle Cruise where the Indiana Jones Fastpass distribution used to be. The activation prints out a similar one to the one on Main Street, but this time from a Jungle Cruise locker. On one side, it reads, Jungle Navigation Company, Ltd., established 1911. Within the ticket is the image of the Congo Queen Jungle Cruise boat. Below the boat and the waterline reads, Riverboats with headings to Schweitzer Falls and the Congo. On the other side, vertically, it reads, Admit 1 VIP Tour, the world-famous Jungle Cruise, and horizontally, traveling aboard the Mekong Maiden, non-transferable ticket issued to Valued Magic Key Holder of the Banana Troop 5571 crew. There's also a Jungle Cruise navigation logo and the 70 years logo. Just below that, it reads Freight, Passengers, Guided Excursion Tours. And similar to the Main Street ticket, it reads Main Street USA, Fantasyland, Tomorrowland, Frontierland, below the ticket line. On the right-hand side, it reads Passenger number 550717. This ticket can also have slight variations, as there are 5 different crews that you can be a part of, including Banana Troop 5571, Upstream Society, the Boat Crashers Union, the PAC, short for Pachyderm, and the Avis Raris, which is Latin for Rare Birds. These are all troops of the Jungle Navigation Society. There's also a reference of the passenger number being 55 for 1955, 07 for July, and 17th, the day that Disneyland opened. Add some flair to your mail by checking out stamps at Enfield Post. You can explore different stamp options on our Etsy site, grab some great deals by following the EP Sunday Sales on Instagram, or create something special and have her design a stamp array for your invitation or celebration. You can head over to enfieldpost.com and explore all the different vintage postage stamps you can use on your next card or letter. That's ENFIELDPOST on Instagram and enfieldpost.com for your wedding and vintage postage needs. Enfield Post is the official postage stamp sponsor of the Sent from Disneyland podcast. The front of our next postcard has the Mark Twain and the Rivers of America, heading towards a waterfall. On the top 2 decks you can see guests, and on the bottom deck in the front you can see the Disneyland band. On the back it reads, Mark Twain. The stately Mark Twain sternwheeler steamboat cruises past a Cascade Mountain waterfall on a journey along Frontierland's Rivers of America. It's postmarked October 10th, 1962, with a Norwalk cancel and a 3-cent purple Liberty postage stamp, Scott number 1035. Let's assume they visit the park on Sunday, September 30th, 1962, when park hours were from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. The weather was a high of 80 and a low of 56. Park attendance that day was 12,454. It's addressed to Marcia McGinley of Granada Hills, California. It reads, September 30th, 1962. Dear Marcia, remember when we had a ride on the Mark Twain? Lots of fun, huh? Love, Grandma. The other 3 cards are available in Frontierland, near the Frontierland Mercantile and across from one of the Frontierland mailboxes. There are 3 Magic Band Plus activation points at the counter of the Frontierland ticket office. One ticket is for the Golden Horseshoe Review. The front of that ticket has the name of the review, plus the image of a horseshoe with curtains, and a man playing an upright piano with a mug of root beer on top, and the audience below in shadow. On the back of that one, it reads, 70 years of rootin' tootin' fun. House rules, no spittin', no cussin', no drinkin', no gamblin', no shootin', and wipe your boots. Agreed to by, and then the letter X with a line that reads, Valued Magic Key Holder. Underneath on the bottom, it reads, Main Street USA, Fantasyland, Tomorrowland, Adventureland. The front of the second one reads, Enjoy a grand central tour on the Disneyland Railroad. And below is a drawing of one of the engines of the Disneyland Railroad. There's only enough detail to confirm it's either an image of the E.P. Ripley or the C.K. Holiday, both of which were at Disneyland on opening day. On the back it reads, First Class Fare, December 5th. Holder of ticket, Valued Magic Key Holder, A5525, with a giant 70 as a watermark in the background. Below it, it reads, Main Street, Fantasyland, Tomorrowland, Adventureland. December 5th being a nod to Walt's birthday again, and the A likely a reference to it being an A-ticket attraction. The third and last ticket is for the Mark Twain Riverboat. The front of this ticket is a drawing of the Mark Twain in an oval with the number 70 at the bottom right-hand corner. Above the riverboat, it reads, Mark Twain Riverboat. On the back, it has the same 70 in the upper right-hand corner, the Gothic Disneyland D as a watermark in the background. And it reads, 71755, number 402, July 17th, ticket issued to Valued Magic Key Holder for transportation around the Rivers of America. And below it, like all the other tickets, it reads, Main Street USA, Fantasyland, Tomorrowland, Adventureland. Similarly, the July 17th and the 7/17/55 are references to Disneyland's opening day and year. The 2 numbers that I'm not sure is a reference to anything are on the railroad ticket, which is 5525, possibly a reference to Disneyland's opening year and something else, and the number 402 on the Mark Twain ticket doesn't seem to have a reference to anything in particular. Overall, these new Ephemera locations are a lot of fun. You can only visit once per day, but it's a neat addition to the Magic Band Plus functions. My incoming postcard is sponsored by the Art Throwdown. Art Throwdown, or ATD, is a craft hour on Instagram starting at 9 p.m. Eastern or 6 Pacific. Art Throwdown is a wonderful community of artists who love to share their craft, from creating sticker postcards and coloring techniques to intricate paper cutting and unique crafting. It's always a treat to watch a show and occasionally get some one-of-a-kind postcards from the group. Each host brings something a little different to each show. I'll list some of the regular hosts, or you can follow Russ Romano 2021 on Instagram. The front of my incoming postcard has a green background with a blue television set on 4 legs with an antenna. On the screen is black and white static. It's postmarked May 12, 2025 with a San Bernardino cancel and a 44 Red Skelton Show postage stamp and a 44-cent Katharine Hepburn postage stamp, Scott number 4414C and 4461 respectively. It reads, "I'd rather regret the things I've done than regret the things I haven't done. Lucille Ball." Thank you so much for the postcard, Mojave Correspondence Club. This is another great art postcard. It's so fun to look up the 44-cent stamps, as they were the last denomination before we went to the forever postage stamps. It's always amazing to go through and look at the different designs of the stamps through the years. Even these two from 2009 and 2010, you can definitely see the specific style of stamps that were used during that year. Thanks for listening to Sent from Disneyland. If you enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe and tell your friends. It would also help to leave a 5-star rating and comment on whatever podcast platform you use. If you'd like to support the show financially, please check out our Patreon page at patreon.com/sentfromdisneyland. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at Sent from Disneyland or my website, sentfromdisneyland.com. For questions and comments, send me a postcard addressed to Sent from Disneyland, P.O. Box 44, Hood, California, 95639. This podcast is not affiliated with Disney, the United States Postal Service, or any post office or Disney-related properties. Opinions expressed on this podcast belong to the host and guests of the Sent from Disneyland podcast. This podcast is produced and edited by Clocky McDowell, website designed by Misty McDowell, theme song was written and performed by Noah Sunday Lefkowitz. Take it away, Noah.